Today we have the Nady SP-1 in the studio. We are going to go over everything about this inexpensive microphone. I'll take you through the basics, the specs, we'll test the hell out of it, and of course I'll give you my review at the very end. Let's not waste any more time, let's go ahead and jump into the review for the SP-1. What's up, audio nerds? Welcome to the Audio Hotline. As I said before, this is the Nady SP-1. The Nady? Naughty? Nad-Y? I don't know. I'm just going to go with Nady. I think that's right. But forgive me if I'm wrong, okay? And actually, according to the manual/spec sheet, I believe that SP actually stands for Starpower. So it's the Nady Starpower 1. I actually purchased this really inexpensive microphone for $12.99 on Z-Sounds. There's a lot of difficult words in this one. I don't know if it's Nady, Naughty, Z-Sounds. Z-Sounds makes the most sense, but I don't know. Anyway, I bought it on there. I'll have a link to that, as well as probably an Amazon one if they have it on Amazon. And that Amazon one is an affiliate link if you do want to help this channel out. Today I am using my Zoom H6 to record the SP-1 with the gain set at about 58%. Let's go ahead and talk about some basic things of this microphone. When you receive the Nady SP-1, you will get some packaging that is just on fire. Like literally, there are flames on this thing. I actually found it kind of interesting that they went that route, considering their logo is like a light red and you kind of lose it in the flames a little bit. I thought that was an interesting choice, but hey, they wanted flames, they got flames. But seriously, be careful with this box, okay? You do not want to burn yourself. Maybe grab some oven mitts to open this package. You can never be too careful. When you open this fiery box, you will find a microphone clip that does not have a stand adapter in it, and in fact, this microphone does not come with a stand adapter. You will find some documentation, and of course, the microphone itself. There isn't really any padding protecting this microphone, but I mean, it's $13, so they probably didn't want to spend too much on packaging. And as far as the build quality of the products that come with this, the microphone clip itself is like the cheapest microphone clip you can get, which is to be expected. The microphone itself is actually pretty light, but I was surprised that it wasn't made of plastic. It's actually made of like zinc on the handle, and the grill itself is metal. So I mean, the build quality is actually pretty damn good for $13. The on and off switch on this microphone feels a little cheap, but that is to be expected, considering how inexpensive this is. Well, now that we've talked about some basic stuff, let's go ahead and jump right into the specifications of this microphone. The Nady SP-1 is a dynamic XLR microphone with a unidirectional cardioid polar pattern. It has a frequency response of 80 Hz to 12 kHz. With a sensitivity of -73 decibels, an impedance of 500 ohms, and a max SPL of greater than 130 decibels. As far as the purpose of this microphone, Nady states that it is an all-purpose professional stage and recording microphone. When looking at the frequency response, you can tell that the bass drops off actually really early at about 600 Hz. Around 1.5K, it starts to climb to a 5 decibel boost that hits its peak around 8K, which makes a drastic fall after 10 kHz. Keep in mind when looking at this frequency response that vertically every box represents 5 decibels and not 10 decibels. Well, now that we've gone through the basics and we've gotten pretty specific with the specs, let's go ahead and start testing out the Nady SP-1. I will occasionally use a windscreen just so you know what this microphone can sound like with and without a windscreen. If you want to get real sexy with the Nady SP-1, here's how it's gonna sound. If this Nady microphone gets a little cold so you put on a blanket, here's how it's gonna sound. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peanuts. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peanuts. Peter Piper picked a patch of pickled peanuts. Peter Piper got sick of picking peanuts, so he said, "Puck this," and went home. If you're going to use this microphone while you're typing on a keyboard or in a noisy room or anything, then here is how the background noise rejection sounds. If you talk into the SP-1 like this, it sounds like this. If you talk into the side of the SP-1, here's how it sounds. And if you talk into the back of the SP-1, here's how it sounds. If you plan on using this microphone for podcasting or anything where you're going to want some post-processing on it, then here is how this $13 microphone could sound with plugins that cost quite a bit more. than the actual microphone's price. If I use EQ, then I will put it up on the screen so you can see what I did. If you want to get this microphone for making YouTube videos, but you don't want the microphone on screen, then here's how it could sound at 70% gain on the Zoom H5, about 3 feet away from my mouth. Well, I just went to pull the microphone up and the mic clip broke. Already. Maybe been using this for 15 minutes? I didn't think I was like being aggressive with it or anything. Oh my gosh. I guess that shows the build quality of the mic clip. Well, yeah, I guess I'm doing the rest of this handheld. Okay, here we go. Speaking of which, if you plan on using this microphone on stage and you're going to be passing it back and forth between your hands, then here is how the handling noise sounds. Well, now that we've gone through the basics, the specs, and the testing, I'm going to go ahead and give you my review of the Nady SP-1, also known as the Nady Starpower 1. I prefer that name, personally. You know, sometimes it can be a little difficult to review budget microphones like this, because sometimes you can get your expectations too high, and other times you just expect nothing from it. But when I went back and listened to the tests for this microphone, the one thing I will say is that for $13, the sound is okay. I mean, there's been microphones that I've tried out around this price point that have definitely been worse. But then there's been other microphones that I've tried out near this price point that have been substantially better. So it's kind of in the middle. But the fact that I literally used the mic clip for 15 minutes and it broke, like, that sucks. I understand this is a $13 microphone, but like, that's unacceptable. It's got to last a little better than that. Even just 25 minutes. I would take that. Then I would at least be able to get this review done. No, it should last a lot longer than that. This microphone is interesting because it's kind of good at plosives, but at the same time, if you send a plosive right in, it's that really bad, like, mid-ranged punch sound. Plosive. It's weird how these cheaper ones just have that odd plosive sound. It's a lot more unusable to me than like the more bass heavy plosives. The handling noise on this microphone was really bad. I definitely do not recommend this for live use at all. However, the background noise rejection on this microphone was really good though. So this microphone definitely has some issues, and it has a couple things that are going for it, like an okay sound and a very reasonable price. And you know, I'm not like excited about this microphone, even for $13. However, I do think if you had like a strict budget of $12.99 and you had to get a microphone, like this wouldn't be a terrible choice. I'd personally save up like another $7 to $15 and get like an SM48 or an XM8500 toner dynamic microphone. There's a whole list of budget microphones in between $20 and $30 that I've tried out on this channel that I would absolutely recommend saving your money and getting those over this. But like I said, if you're like, all I've got is $13 and I want to start doing something, then go for it. So the grade that I give the Nady SP-1 is a C-. So I don't really recommend this microphone. I recommend saving just a little bit more money. But if you're in a pinch and you're like strapped for cash, or for some odd reason this is the only microphone available to you, then I think go for it. Thank you for watching this review of the Nady SP-1. I hope it helped you out, helped you decide whether you want this microphone or not. But most of all, I hope you had fun. Thank you all for watching, and thank you to my subscribers for being amazing. I love you guys. Stay tuned for a lot more videos, a lot more reviews. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up. And once again, thank you for watching the Audio Hotline. I'll see you audio nerds next time. Why am I doing that with my middle finger? There we go.